going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyler Wilson, and today we got a good one. Today we have the last part of our NFC East record predictions series. In part one, we spoke about the reigning NFC East division champions, the reigning NFC conference champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Part two, we spoke about America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Part three, we spoke about the New York Football Giants and how I have them being first in the division this year. And last but not least, my beloved Washington Commanders. What do I see them doing this year? I'm about to tell you. But before I tell you, please be sure to like, please be sure to comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow on the Fourth and Goal Sports Instagram page. But without further ado, let's get into it. Week 1, I cannot wait. I'll be going to the game this Sunday. Week 1, you know what it is. Got my Commanders winning that. We know what the problems are with the Cardinals. Lack of talent, injuries, and of course, missing Kyler is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Not having a consistent quarterback will derail any team. And, I have the, Cardinals just not having a good year this year. It's going to be tough. Then we go to week 2. Week 2, I feel like this is going to be a real test for Sam Howell. Week 1, I feel like Sam Howell's going to do well. I feel like, he could possibly have a 300-yard game, 4-touchdown type game. That would be amazing. I would love to see that in person, obviously. But I would love to see that. It's just period. To see Sam Howell do well, but to see it live and in person would be amazing. Sold out crowd. Can't wait for it. But week 2, that's the test for Sam Howell. That's going to be a good test because the Broncos have a solid defense. The Broncos are going to be tougher this year. They're going to be a better team than they were last year. They're going to be a playoff team. Believe that, with Sean Payton taking over. And, Russell Wilson will definitely be better. And when it comes to the Broncos this year, it's tough. And, I would love to pick the Commanders for the upset, but I'm going to be realistic here. I'm taking the Broncos for the win that game. Then we go to week 3. You're 1-1 at this point. Week 3. We know what it is. I'm not even going to debate it. The Bills. What can I say? Josh Allen, one of my favorite quarterbacks in NFL. They got all the talent in the world. Give it to the Bills. They're winning this game. Do I think we're going to put up a fight? 100%. Definitely going to be a closer game than last time we played the Bills. That was just, embarrassing. But hey, week 4, you're going to Philly. Tough one. We beat Philly last year, and I was surprised because it was like in Philly. Prime time. Monday night. 1, we don't do well in Philly. 2, we don't do well on prime time. Occasionally we do well. Most of the time we don't. So I'm like, we win that game last year. I stayed up, late watching that. I'm like, wow. It was a great game. It was a great game. This year, I have to be realistic with them. I'm going to be straight up. The Eagles are going to get their get back. They're going to be fighting hard to get their get back after what happened to them last year, after we broke their streak. After we embarrassed them on Monday night, they're going to want to get their get back. Week 4, Commanders lose. So we're 1-3 at this point. Go to week 4. You lose to the Eagles, right? 1-3 at this point. Week 5, Thursday night versus the Bears. Can't wait for this one. We're going to get the dub. We beat them last year. And, I know this, I hear about this resurgence of hype around the Bears. I just don't see it. They got Moore. They got Edmonds. The list ends. 2 players are not going to propel this team to the playoffs. We need Justin. If you're a Bears fan, you're going to want one thing, most importantly, above all else. Justin Fields has to step up. Do I see him doing it against my Commanders defense on Thursday Night Football, week 5? No, I don't. I'm taking the Commanders to win that game. Week 6, you're facing the Falcons, a team that you've beaten the last, 2 to 3 times that you've played them. Taking the Commanders to win that one. But I will say this. I'm not afraid of Desmond Ridder. I feel like they're, only starting him because they wasted a draft pick on him. That was a bad pick, in my opinion. If the Falcons were starting Taylor Heinicke this year, they would have a better chance of making the playoffs. If the Falcons were starting Taylor Heinicke this year, they'd have a better chance of beating us week 6 because Taylor Heinicke is going to play with a chip on his shoulder, and he's definitely going to come with a vengeance against us the way we let him walk. he's going to come with something to prove. Desmond Ritter, he's going to get eaten a lot by Chase Young and that D line. So week 6, the Commanders are winning that game. Week 7, we're going to New York. I feel like we always play good in New York. I'm taking the Commanders. The Giants is always a tough matchup, so this could really go either way. I feel like has become one of those newer rivalries. Old school guys, maybe like '90s, early 2000s. It's Washington and Dallas. That was the division rivalry that you love to see. But I think more so now than ever, the Giants and Washington have a real rivalry that's just. I think it began during the Haskins, Chase Young days. RP Haskins. But I think now it's continuing on. I just love to see it. So can't wait for that game. Week 8, you know, week 8, this is going to surprise people. I have my Commanders splitting with the Eagles again this year. Can we split? I think we can. I feel like at home we can get it done. It's more realistic than running it back to back years against the Eagles in their home. I just don't see that happening back-to-back years. But at home, I feel like we can get it done. Also, the resurgence of fans is going to be a big one. The players play with energy when the fans are packed in the house. You know what I'm saying? John Allen, he displayed that, years past, the lack of fans behind the team. With the recent sale of the team, with the new owner, with the energy, with the new quarterback, this team is going to surprise people this year. And we're going to continue on. Week 9, you're facing the Patriots. Guess what? You're beating the Patriots. The Patriots are going to be a mid-tier level team. Mid-tier. Bill Belichick, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's a great coach, one of the best coaches of all time. Guess what? Even coaches, the best of them, need talent, some sort of talent on their team. You got a washed-up Zeke, no disrespect. You got a washed-up Zeke, Mac Jones, and, you don't have much on offense, but your defense is solid. Can Mac Jones, propel them to the playoffs? I don't see it, especially down in the AFC East. You got the Bills, the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Those top 2 teams, and the Jets too. I mean, Patriots aren't making the playoffs. They'll be picking top 10. Go to Week 10. Week 10, you're facing Seattle. This is one of those games where it's actually tough. It could really be tough here. You're sitting at 6-3 at this point. It could really be tough here, but I'm going to go ahead and take my Washington Commanders. I've noticed we do play well against Seattle. It's kind of like a back and forth, underrated NFC rivalry. And most of that was, because of Russell Wilson. We do traditionally well against Russell, but he's the one who kept, beating us. Am I afraid of Geno Smith? No, I'm not. And if this defense plays healthy throughout the year, and if they play how they're supposed to play as a top 10 defense, as a top 5 defense, as a top 3 caliber defense, can they get it done? You can book it. So at that point in the season, that's 5 straight wins? I believe we can do it. We've been on streaks before. And guess what? It's tough to say it, but at week 11, that's when the streak ends. New York Giants come into FedEx Field, they get it done. I've seen it 3 times now with my own eyes. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones finds a way to play better at FedEx Field. He could play bad the whole season. If there was any game I would bet my paycheck that Daniel Jones is going to play well, it's against my Washington Commanders at FedEx Field. I seen it last season, Sunday night. I seen him do it. And guess what? He's done it years prior to that as well, and I feel like he's going to do it this game. Saquon Barkley plays well at FedEx too. Giants are going to get it done. They always seem to get it done at FedEx. I would love for my Commanders to break that streak, but I don't see them doing it this year. Week 12, facing Dallas Thursday night, Thanksgiving. Can't wait. I cannot wait for this game. I can't wait to shut up them Dallas Cowboys fans. And I believe my Commanders can do it. It's going to be a respectable matchup between division rivals. But I'm going to take my Washington Commanders for the W to win this game and, surprise America and beat the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. We've done it before. Last time we played them, wasn't even close. I think we dropped like 40 plus. Last time we played Dallas Thanksgiving, wasn't even close. And I understand that Dak wasn't playing that game. A win's a win. at the end of the day. And they're going to get the W there. When we go to week 13. Week 13, I would love for my Commanders to get the upset this game. I don't see it. I really don't. Dolphins are going to probably light us up. They're going to light us up this game, not going to lie. That explosive offense, Tyreek Hill. We've never done well against Tyreek Hill. And what can I say? Who has? It's Tyreek Hill we're talking about.
He's caught 9, 3rd and 10. Tua going deep. Oh, he's got Hill! He's got Hill!
Could it get ugly? It definitely can. Week 14, bye week. What are we looking at week 14? We're looking at 8-5. The Commanders are 8-5. If I'm, if I'm looking at the Commanders at 8-5 at this point in the season, I'm happy. I'm pleased. When you consider all the odds we had to go through these past few seasons, sitting at 8-5 going into week 14, that's great. That's great. I'm definitely happy and hope we can get it done. We go to week 15, out of the bye. You got rest. You're facing the LA Rams in LA. Guess what? Last time we played the Rams in LA, they had Todd Gurley. They had those boys, Jared Goff, back in the day. Guess what? We won then. This is an even worse team. Guess what? We're winning now. The biggest test is going to be, can we stop Cooper Kupp? And I feel like we're going to do a better job than people think. Will this game be close? 100%. But we're going to beat the LA Rams. Then week 16, you're facing the New York Football Jets. December 24th, so it's Christmas Eve. I'm going to take the Jets to win this. It's in, New York. It's at MetLife. I would love for my Commanders to, upset Aaron Rodgers. And we usually play well against them. But if there was any game that I feel like you can almost count on us losing this one, it would be the Jets game for sure. Then we go to the 49ers. Speaking of games you can count on us losing, you can count on us losing to 49ers as well. I feel like we just don't play good against them for some reason. Their defense is just killers, straight killers. And you can count on the 49ers to light your offense. Like, they're going to light your offense up. Sam Howell, this is going to be one of his biggest tests for sure. So going into the last week of the season, I want to show you guys the Commanders looking at 9-7. And, they're really in the playoff mix. They are 3-2 in the division at this point, 8-3 in the conference. Last week of the season, I feel like we lose to Dallas, and we lose at home at the last week of the season. In conclusion, we finished the season 9-8, 3-3 in the division, 8-4 in the conference. Overall, Washington Commanders. I got my Washington Commanders going 9-8 this year. 9-8. Do I have them making the playoffs? Yes, I do. I have them going to the playoffs as a wild card. And I will be dropping videos later on for my, overall playoff predictions as far as that goes. But this is the conclusion of my NFC East division record predictions for the 2023-2024 NFL season. This is the conclusion for my record predictions. I have the Eagles. I have the New York Football Giants first in the division, 11-6. Second in the division, I have the Philadelphia Eagles, 10-7. Third in the division, I have the Washington Commanders, my beloved Washington Commanders, led by Sam Howell, Terry McLaurin, going 9-8. And last, and absolutely least, the Dallas Cowboys, so-called America's team. I got them going to 8-9 this year, 8-9. And please, please, please be sure to comment down below your projections for the NFC East this season. What records do you think the Giants, the Eagles, the Commanders, and the Dallas Cowboys will have this year? If you don't agree, that's fine. Please give your input in the comments. In conclusion, I want to give you a special thanks for watching today. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow on the Instagram page. But without further ado, I want to say thank you. This is the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tars Filson. Peace.
Samuel in the backfield now. Going to run a little option. Howell, foot in the ground, nice cut. Howell is in. Touchdown, Washington. And in that direction, it's intercepted. was throwing for